Hi, this is Kevin Herdeman.
So what was your inspiration for the pieces for the show?
Well, like Danny said, it's basically a Halloween show. The two pieces I did were from Mad Monster Party, which is basically like, I'm sure you've seen the Rudolph, claymation thing. It's like, obviously when you were a kid, Mad Monster Party was basically the Halloween version of that. It's like 60 something. Just being a kid, always remembering that. So I figured, shit, I'll just do some paintings of those. And then the Poe one, I pretty much live outside of Baltimore, so Poe's like a big kind of, I guess, influence around there. Poe's obviously a big dude. But anyways, and he's very, kind of makes you think of horror, which makes you think of Halloween.
Totally.
And then I just put the Crimson Ghost skull kind of behind his face, which is, kind of misfitsy, and that all kind of ties together. So basically, just that all kind of makes me think of Halloween.
Sure. Do you find that like horror or like Halloween sort of imagery comes into your art a lot, or is it like, was this sort of a hard thing to try and do?
Horror's a pretty big influence in my art. Old Universal Monsters, like, I get a humongous collection. It's kind of nerdy. Just something I've always been into. So yeah, I would say that horror and Universal Monsters, Halloween-ish stuff, pumpkins, things like that. It's always imagery that's in my. Music's a big thing too. Like I said, I put the Crimson Ghost skull behind the Poe.
Mm-hmm.
I've painted Frankenstein with the Crimson Ghost skull. I can't even tell you how many things I've painted with a Crimson Ghost skull. And I mean other things I paint, music related. I've done a lot of like Tom Waits kind of ish paintings.
Cool.
Portraits, I guess you could say. My portraits are not like a traditional portrait.
Right. What about your technique, as far as like, because I've always had people ask me about your technique, because it's a bit different. It's not just like, here's this thing on canvas,
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's been trial and error over a while. I think the first time I painted on glass was probably 2002-ish.
Okay.
And if you look at that and then look at, say, one of the three pieces that I did for this show, it looks similar because it's on glass and it kind of has the same feel, but it's totally different.
Okay.
It's been a lot of...
So evolving, sort of.
Now it's pretty much, it's on glass, but I don't really use paint so much. I use more like construction paper and masking tape.
Oh, really?
Fabric, like anything other than paint. Dollar bills, like whatever.
Why is that? Just because? Just kind of into it.
Yeah, it just kind of gives it that more like different of a look, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Just for me, it's like, I don't want to say I don't limit myself, but I mean, if I see something and, oh, that'll look kind of cool, I'll just, or if it'll get my point across.
Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.